Brought to you by Caldwell Medical Center, Farmers Bank and Trust Company, McDonald's, First Southern National Bank, Pennyroyal Rural Electric, Planters Bank, Christchurch Incorporated, Fredonia Valley Bank, Princeton Electric Plant Board, the Woodall Agency, La Potosina Mexican Restaurant, Forno Gas Company, KSC A&W, Morgan's Funeral Home, Jeff Rousseau, Attorney at Law, Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, and Trilogy Performance Sports.
And good evening, and welcome everybody to Caldwell County Tiger Soccer here on your hometown radio station, WPKY The Tiger. Ty Gilbright, along with Ryan Frisch this evening. How are you, Ryan?
I'm good. First time doing it. I'm real excited. I'm glad I got the opportunity to do this for the rest of the season, and hopefully it'll be good. And I hope y'all don't get tired of listening to me.
Oh, no. It's your first night in broadcasting is always special. And, of course, Ryan Frisch, longtime Tiger, a veteran player last year as a senior. And I know it's kind of bittersweet as you come out here. You're not on the field tonight, but I know that you're with these guys, and it's pretty cool that you're up here in the broadcast booth going to watch them in their first game, their home opener tonight. Yeah,
it's exciting. Like you said, it's kind of bittersweet, but seeing a number 6 jersey that's not me in it, right. It's weird seeing someone else in it. But Ethan Witherspoon, he's got the jersey on for me tonight, and he wasn't around last year, but just playing against him in some practices and stuff, the kid's tough. He's real fast, and he's going to be a kid, not the best technically, but you get a kid like that, just as fast as he is and as tough as he is, it's going to be hard to play against him no matter who you are.
Yeah, he is. And, of course, Ryan, this is our home opener tonight, and we've taken on Webster County here. What can you tell us that Coach Schaefer's plan against Webster County and what you know about this Webster County team?
Webster County, a couple of years ago, it was the first time they opened it up as a program and stuff, and it was always it was kind of tough going for them at first, and you could see it when they'd come play us and play teams around here. But these last 2 years, they've turned on. I mean, we came and played them 2 years ago, and I'll be honest with you, they wiped the floor with us. Now they're real technical. They play real fast, and they're really attacking minded. So all these kids on Caldwell, they're going to have to play sharp. They're going to have to think a lot because they play good. They're a good team.
How many seniors did you all lose last year on your team?
I believe 5 or 6 off the top of my head. I know it was me, Boyce Nichols, Jin Hong Zhang, Mitchell Scott, and then we had a couple others.
Right. Well, the teams are going through their final warm-ups here, reminding our audience that we are live streaming via WPKYonline.com tonight. As long as our internet connection cooperates. That little issue last night seemed to be in better shape tonight. Maybe the cloud cover. There might be a little bit of rain moving through, and if it rains steady, we might have to break down our equipment. Definitely don't want to do that, and it looks like it'll hopefully hold off. But what do you expect, Coach Schaefer, his lineup, and those? We don't really. We'll know the lineup when we get out there. We didn't have the benefit of a lineup sheet as we start today. But what do you expect to see, Coach Schaefer? Are the guys going to come out and pretty much be the aggressor here in this game, or do you think it's just kind of a feel type thing from the beginning?
I think towards the beginning, there's some guys that have been around and there's some guys that are inexperienced. So I think the beginning it'll be a little bit of a feel for the game. Webster's pretty experienced. I don't think they lost a whole lot. They did lose some key guys, but I think coming out, both teams will kind of feel each other. I wouldn't say expect a goal from the very beginning. Might happen, but I wouldn't say that we're setting out to see a goal in the first 10 minutes.
Well, this soccer, and in my limited experience, I never played the game, but it seems like it's all about matchups. And how teams stack up against each other at different positions. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Some of it could just be if you're having a good day or not. I mean, you can go out and play one of the best teams in the region. If you're having a good day, they'll struggle against you. You might come out with a good result. If you could be playing the worst team in state, if you're having a bad day, they can come out and just wipe the floor with you. It's all about momentum. If you come in, you got momentum and a good mindset,
right,
you shouldn't have much to worry about. But if you're like today, you come up worrying everything. Then it's going to be a little rough.
Yep. Mr. Coach Schaefer came over to get the starters. He borrowed your sheet, and he's going to take a look at that. And maybe we'll get it back here in just a second. We're kind of flying blind here. He stole it from us, but that's okay. We're having a good time here. Ryan Frisch on the mic for the first time tonight. His soccer debut, so to speak, and we're just glad to have you along. Ryan, I'm going to remind everybody about some of these fine sponsors that bring us sports here on WPKY The Tiger. Caldwell Medical Center, Farmers Bank and Trust Company, McDonald's, First Southern National Bank, Pennyroyal Rural Electric, Planters Bank, Christchurch Incorporated, Fredonia Valley Bank, the Princeton Electric Plant Board, the Woodall Agency, La Potosina Mexican Restaurant, Fortner Gas Company, KFC, A&W, and Morgan's Funeral Home, just some of the fine sponsors. Jeff Rousseau, attorney at law, Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, and Trilogy Performance Sports. We'll be saying a few more throughout this evening, and we certainly appreciate them helping to bring Tiger sports all this fall on WPKY The Tiger. So we're just a few minutes away. It looks like teams going through their final preps. They've had their instructions from the referee crew here, and we'll be underway. Don't know if we'll do a national anthem or not. It's hard for our mics to pick that up the way we have our stream set up this evening. So if they do the national anthem during our broadcast, we will break and take a break during that and be back with the action here in just a second. Coach Schaefer is getting his lineup cards and everything straightened out. And we're just a few minutes away. I'll tell you what we'll do, Ryan. We'll just go ahead and take a break right now, and we'll come back for soccer action here in your hometown radio station. It's Tiger Soccer versus Webster County, your hometown radio station, WPKY The Tiger.
Caldwell Medical Center Sleep Lab offers diagnosis for a variety of sleep problems, including sleep apnea. 1 in every 5 Americans have significant sleep difficulties, which, when diagnosed properly, can be successfully treated. A few symptoms of sleep disorders include fatigue, morning headaches, impotence, frequent urination, irritability, memory loss, high blood pressure, and loud snoring. If you have some of these symptoms, we may be able to help you identify and treat them before they cause more serious health conditions. Caldwell Medical Center offers studies in lab and in your home depending on your insurance company's requirements. Call 270-365-0300 for more information.
On this episode of the world's shortest sitcom by KFC. So what did we learn today, folks? That's right. KFC now has 4 different $20 fill-ups to feed a family of 4. Like my 8-piece extra crispy or 8-piece burrito recipe. 12-piece tenders or my new 6-piece boneless breast with all the fixings for just $20. Wow, that sure is one reactive audience. Anyways, see you next time. KFC is finger looking good. At participating KFCs, prices may vary. Tax and substitutions extra.
Have you been a victim of debit or credit card fraud? Farmers Bank and Trust can help lessen your risk of getting taken advantage of. As our customer, you have exclusive access to a security feature in our app that will allow you to turn your debit card off while you're not using it, then turn it on instantly when you need to use it. Keep your information safe. Log into our free app to use this feature, increasing the security of your information right now. Not a Farmers Bank customer? Come down. Let us set up your account and start protecting you from potential fraud opportunities. This is not a guarantee that your information will not be compromised. This is an increased security measure. Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Community Medical Clinic wants to be your partner for good health. We want to remind everyone as you're going back to school, kids that may need school physicals, sports physicals, or immunizations, we're there to provide all of those for you. Let us be your partner in good health and catch up on those immunizations such as Hep A, meningitis, all of those things needed for a good, healthy start to school. Again, we're Community Medical Clinic, and we're here to be your partner in good health. Stop by and see us at 310 Hawthorne Street or give us a call today at 270-365-0227.
Great news. Any size ice cold and refreshing soft drinks are still just $1 at McDonald's every day. That's the news. Now the weather. Soft drink lovers at McDonald's report enjoying ice cold deliciousness. Also reported, chance of refreshment, 100%. Get any size soft drink for just $1 only at McDonald's. A la carte only, limited time offer at participating McDonald's. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Hi, Caldwell County. I'm Allie Coleman with First Southern National Bank, and I'm ready to service your next loan. Whether you're wanting to build your first home, buy an investment property, or add square footage to your growing family, we can tailor a solution just for you. Stop by my office at 101 West Washington Street in Princeton, or give me a call at 270-365-3545 to apply today. First Southern National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, Federal Registry 409424, NMLS 1002990.
And all right, we are back here, and we had the playing of our national anthem. We are back at Butler Field for the opening night of Caldwell County Tiger Soccer. It is, of course, versus Webster County. Ryan Frisch at the controls tonight. I'm at the controls. Ryan Frisch is behind the mic. So Ryan Frisch making his debut tonight, and we are going to be getting to soccer action here shortly, aren't we, Ryan?
Yes, sir. I think it'll be a real good game. Hopefully, the guys Caldwell can come out and give a good performance. It's gonna be a tough game. Webster's been good the last couple of years, and there's a good group of guys, especially these starters on Caldwell County. We've got some good leaders and got some inexperience that'll have to be led by those leaders. And Webster County looks like a lot of young faces, but they do have a lot of experience as well. So I think it'll be a good matchup.
All right. Well, here we go.
And as you can see, just so far right off the bat, you can already tell it looks like a little slower start for Caldwell County. Like we said earlier, just not really gunning it, going for it right away. Webster looks to be playing a pretty high defense. It looks like they're going to pressure the ball a lot, which, like I said, inexperience, that could cause some problems if you're just not paying attention, if you're not thinking right. So
right. A lot of the it looks like a lot of the action are going to be in the midfield, going out there to number 20. Who is that over there? Number 3. Who is that young man?
That is Risley. If I'm being honest, I can't remember his first name right off the bat, but we always just called him Risley, and he's a real young guy. He's a freshman, and he can come in whenever. He can help out a lot, and I think he's a good addition for the team this year. Andrew Risley.
Andrew Risley.
Right now we have Blake Viverette. And the corner just looks to be getting an outlet and finds Nate Paredes. And he looks for, they call him Bob, his nickname. And everybody just, I don't know how they came up with Bob. We've called him Bob ever since he showed up.
Okay.
But like you said the ball probably be in the midfield a lot. There's a lot of talent on Caldwell County in the midfield. Jack Kinsolving, he's a guy you love for him to be on your team. Hate playing against him because he's tough as nails. And he's just one guy you're not going to beat him on the ball, and he's just a real tough kid.
Gritty kind of player.
Yeah, and you always need at least one. It's good to have, if you got 11, that's great. But if you just got those 1 or 2, they can help out a lot, especially in that midfield. Him and Colin Schaefer, they're a good pair, 2 seniors, and they're a good pair to have together. They can really do some damage to you if they're both playing on the same page.
Paredes is going to throw it in from the corner.
It looks like Webster County. They look confident on the ball. That's one thing. If you have that as a team, it's a dangerous tool. Number 5 just laid the ball off to 15. I know number 5, if I can find his name, I know last night Miguel Velasquez.
Okay.
And they get an early goal. Webster County looks to be number 19, Oscar Velasquez.
Yeah, number 19 crashing toward the net was pretty aggressive.
Yeah, Oscar Velasquez. It just looks like one of those gritty goals. You get a gritty player who's just going to give it his all. That's the main goal. If you can put your life on the line, needless to say, to just get that goal, that's always a good trait to have, and pretty much what he did. And as far as leaders goes, there's probably not a better one in the second region than Barrett Schultz. I mean, the kid, he's an animal. Used to be a little undersized, people would say, as a goalkeeper, but he showed that he'll fight harder than anybody in the goal. He'll yell if he needs to, and he'll keep his mouth shut if he needs to.
Well, I tell you, Webster County came down there and crashed toward the net and almost had a head goal in there by number 19. That is Velasquez again, isn't it?
Yes, Oscar Velasquez, and it looks to be very active early on. Looks like they're doing their best to find him. He looks like a key player.
Kick out by Schultz.
And I mean, that's just a good clearance, just to give Caldwell a break for a second, take that pressure off them, and now we got a throw in from Blake Viverette, and he's going to hand it off to Paredes for the throw in. And Bryson Bannister up top, number 20, he's always fighting hard. He come in, he's always worked hard since his first day, and he's just one of those guys, again, one of those guys you can rely on to work as hard as he can. It looks like Caldwell honestly give a turnover right here to Oscar Velasquez. He plays it through to number 12 on Webster County. Josh Hagan with a good tackle to get it out to Risley. Ball nearly goes out, but you got number 41 as a right back for Webster County, and he finds number 5 in the middle of the park. I know number 5, they were talking about Michael Velasquez. They played Lyon County last night, so a quick turnaround for Webster County. He come out, scored the first 2 goals for Webster to equalize the game 2-2, and I think he ended up adding 2 more, so he could be a key player for them tonight as well.
What about, you played for Coach Schaefer. What about his substitution plan and how that works as we work into the game?
This year, I know they have, I think it's 13 players, and I mean, you got to start 11, so it's pretty short on numbers. So his substitution method, he might just be cycling guys in and out of different positions on the field. But as far as getting different guys into the game, they've only got those 2 substitutions. So those guys, that's gonna be one of the main things for Caldwell this season. Is there's gonna be a lot of guys with a lot of minutes, and that's gonna wear and tear going on in the season, especially on like Colin and Jack in the midfield. That's a position you got to work your absolute butt off to be successful in a game, and that's going to take a toll on them. Oscar Velasquez, he's finding number 14 in the middle, got a lot of room to run. Has a good hit from distance. Barrett Schultz off his line, he just dives down to his left to make the save.
Well, it appears that Mr. Schultz will probably have his hands full and work on a workload tonight because Webster County being pretty aggressive in keeping the ball on the Caldwell side of the field.
Yeah, that's like I said earlier, they're that attacking-minded team. They're always a pain just to defend and play against, especially if you're not playing sharp. Kind of a lazy pass out of the back from Hagan, leading to Webster having the ball on the outside of the 18. Ball seems to be going out of bounds, but he saved it. Good cross in, and it is a goal for Webster County, number 12.
Well, there's really it kind of crossed between 2 defenders, and he got his head on it there, Ryan. That was almost obviously the guy meant to head it toward the goal, but it kind of squeaked in there, didn't it?
Yeah, it's just one of those goals again. Gritty player, you get in the right spot, something will happen good for you. So you might jump up, not a chance for the ball. It might hit you in the back of the head and go in. It's just one of those gritty goals that sometimes you get lucky with. A bit unlucky from Caldwell at the beginning, though.
Exactly. Well, I guess at least at this point, it's early in the game, so you're down. They're up 2-0 on you. It'd be nice to get down and stay on their side of the field, maybe get a shot on goal down there. Looks like Caldwell's going to get a chance at that.
It's a good ball to Blake Viverette, and he leaves it on his right foot. It's a good shot. Goalkeeper covers the near post very well. It's a good play from Colin Schaefer in the middle to find Blake Viverette. And now Webster looks to be going the same way down the field very fast. Barrett Schultz going to come out and clean up a sloppy pass over the top to number 12 from Webster County. And like you said, Barrett, he more than likely will have his hands full, but he's the guy, you want anybody in between the sticks, it's him.
Yeah, very solid keeper back there. And
certain stats, like, as you see, as we're saying right now, they're down 2-0 right now, and that doesn't look great for Barrett, but I promise you stats aren't everything,
right?
Especially in this game, because they could lose 10-0 tonight, but no one's going to say Barrett Schultz had 45 saves. They're going to say Barrett Schultz conceded 10 goals. So.
Right. And that's just the nature of the beast, isn't it?
It is. It's the same guy, like guys like Jack Kinsolving in the middle of the field. That's not a glory position. That's a position you work your absolute butt off, and you're not going to get much credit for it. It's just one of those things that's swept under the rug. You're not going
to have stats in the paper, but you're going to be there working hard and contributing to the team.
Yeah, it's one of those positions, like guys like Colin Schaefer, he's pretty good attacking minded. It looks like Jack Kinsolving is going to try to clean it up and get the ball out of the back here. Michael Henry. He plays it up to Risley to play it towards Colin Schaefer. And Colin, it's tackled away by number 19, Oscar Velasquez. And he's running very good towards the goal. It's a good effort here. And it squeaks underneath Barrett Schultz. Good pressure by Caldwell County, but Oscar Velasquez is just...
you can kind of tell he's a different breed of character out there on the field, can't you?
Yeah, he's having a field day in the first 10 minutes of this game. We're 9 minutes in, and he's got 2 goals. So
yeah,
he's quick, and obviously with that move there, him dribbling in that half all the way down, he's good on the ball.
And solid, I was just going to say, solid footwork.
He is, and sometimes those guys, especially if you're down 3-0, a guy can sit there and do skill moves in front of you all day, and it's just going to frustrate you, and eventually that might get past you. So Caldwell early down 3-0, they're just going to have to keep their head. They're going to have to work hard to get anything out of this early on.
Well, I would say they'd have to keep it away from number 19.
Yeah, that number 19, I mean, Velasquez again. We're going to say his name a lot tonight, it seems like. And there's number 15, a good effort, wonderful save from Barrett Schultz.
He went up for that one, and that maybe probably tipped it up over the top of the net.
Yeah, and you'd be surprised. All it takes is a fingertip. You get a fingertip on it, and that saved that goal right there. So I don't think the ref's seen that he took a touch on it. I think we're going to get a lucky goal kick.
I think you're right.
Yeah, but from here,
I think he got a little tip of finger on it, don't you?
I think he did too. And, I mean, that's what it takes. Just that tiny fingertip will save your goal. Good effort from Bryson Bannister, and it's Witherspoon. He's working hard up tops. Looks like number 5 in the middle of the park for Webster County. Going to play it out of the back, and they look like they're going to try to possess the ball a little bit.
Now, Ryan, you being a soccer player, it's much harder when you're on your heels and have to play a lot of defense, isn't it, to try to keep your stamina up during the course of a game?
It is. If you can keep the ball, that's a big energy saver. I mean, if you can play the ball around 20, 30 times in a row, it makes you look like you're not even doing nothing. I mean, it looks like you're doing something, but you're not working. It doesn't seem like you're working very hard to yourself. You save a lot of energy doing that. Having to chase the ball the whole time like Caldwell's having to do early on, it'll drain you real fast.
It zaps you.
If the keeps on going like this in the first half, I mean, by halftime, we'll have some guys that are really, really tired.
Yeah.
Nice tackle from number 6 up top.
Certainly was.
Very hard. Finds Bryson Bannister. He's going to try to keep the ball. As a foul on number 5 on Webster County. That's going to be Michael Velasquez. And like I said, he seems to be good on the ball early on too, confident. So
several Velasquez gentlemen on the Webster County team.
I know a lot of the guys from Webster County. They a couple years ago, like I said, they had a rough year, and they had a bunch of guys transfer from Henderson County.
Okay.
Always a huge Region 2 powerhouse. It's them or Hoptown and State every year usually, and they got some of those transfers, and they turned into a quality soccer program. And so far early on, their second game of the year, they won 9-2 last night against Lyon County. Big performance. I believe it was in Lyon County. I'm not sure though.
Okay.
So I mean, they seem to be firing the goals in any second they can early on this season.
It seems like there's a lot of firepower out there, a lot of good footwork, and a lot of skill players.
That's, like I said, I'm not going to say that all of them transferred from Henderson, but a lot of those guys, they're pretty much in the same area as a team. And Henderson, their bread and butter is being skilled players, and they're always a tough match. So ball kind of bouncing around in the middle here as Blake Viverette tries to win it from Oscar Velasquez, and it'll be a Caldwell County throw-in. Nate Paredes will take that throw-in. Nate Perez, he just drops it back to Michael Henry, one of the seniors on the team. Michael's grown a lot. Came in as a guy, I believe it was my freshman, sophomore year. He came back, was in the band for a little bit, and he come back. I mean, he works. There's a lot of guys on this team. They work their butts off all the time. So.
Right, whether it's soccer season or not, they're working in the off season to get ready for the season.
They are, and like just getting into shape. I mean, some of these guys doing work on their own, that's a big thing, and it'll pay off for them. They might have their struggle. Their first 3 games this season are tough games, so.
Yeah, they are, and but I think that'll serve them well later on down the road.
Will Velasquez fires a very hard shot off the bounce, just goes right over the corner of their goal, so it'll be a goal kick coming up for Barrett Schultz here again. And again, it's Velasquez again. We're going to say those 2 names, number 19 and number 5.
Yeah.
They're finding each other, and
they certainly are.
They're firing on all cylinders early on, so. Barrett Schultz, a nice play out of the back. He does find Bryson Bannister, and he's going to play a through ball to number 6, Witherspoon. Lousy pass to the back, Witherspoon. It's cleared away right off the bat. And Colin Schaefer just trying to catch the goalkeeper cheating, and it'll go out for a Webster County goal kick.
Colin came up a little bit limpy on that one. I think he maybe got a kick to the shin or the backside of the calf, but I think he's okay.
Yeah, it looked like he took a knock, and then Colin again, he can do that. He's one of those guys that he just comes out of nowhere, and he can fire a shot from 30 yards out and it go top corner. If he's having a good day, it's hard to deal with him.
Right.
And Webster County for the first time having to play out of the back, and it seems to be if Caldwell can apply some pressure, Webster will struggle, but here they go on a counterattack. A nice ball up to number 15 on Webster County. And now it's back in Caldwell County's possession. Number 6. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I say Caldwell can get some numbers down there. They're starting to charge and be aggressive down toward their goal.
that is a good effort from Witherspoon. I believe he is a freshman this year, and any guys on the team, you can ask him about him because he is new on the varsity team this year, and they'll all say the same words. He's fast, he works hard, and he's not afraid to challenge anybody. And this being his first varsity game, I mean, he just fired a shot from a tough angle, making the goalkeeper work. So that could be a good trait to have going on later in the season.
No doubt.
Looks like number 10 on Webster County will have it on the outside. He makes a good move, looks to be crossing the ball in if he can get there. Michael Henry, a strong challenge, but Webster still on the ball, and Josh Hagan will clear it out. Webster will pick it up as a loose ball, and they'll just try to play the ball around, get into the box. If Caldwell County can counterattack now and do some damage, here's Blake Vivrette dribbling. Tough challenge from number 5. Will be a foul. Look like a clean shoulder-to-shoulder for number 5 and Blake Vivrette, but it will be a foul on Webster County. Nate Paredes to take a free kick here. It just squeaks by number 19, Oscar Velasquez, and Colin. Good move there. Real
Nice
good move.
footwork.
Good feet. It just has a tackle away by number 40. It's a good challenge, and now Webster will try to counterattack. Here's number 14 in the middle of the park for Webster County. Little good pressure from Colin Schaefer causing a outside pass, but number 10, he picks it up well, and he finds number 14 on the outside of the box to find Oscar Velasquez again. Nice shot off the post, and it's followed up and tapped in. That would be number 12, Juan Apolinar, if I said that right.
Yeah, well, they had numbers down there on Schultz, and he got a hand on that one, but there was somebody else out there to kind of finish it off. And
oh, actually, I believe they're gonna take the goal back, and they're gonna say offsides for Webster County. So
we will correct our score.
And you can hear Schaefer. He's just screaming at the guys to attack the ball, and that, I mean, if you're gonna let the other team just battle harder than you in the middle of the park for a loose ball, it's gonna eat you alive the whole time. So
right.
Number 15 looks like he might have an effort outside the 18, still dribbling. Finds number 10, has his shot blocked, and looks like it will go out. And Webster County will have a corner here. They've got decent numbers in the box. It's a good ball in, and it'll go out for a goal kick. Number 14, that's a tough shot. If that goes in, I mean, if you could get that to Sports Center, I mean,
yeah, right.
Make a big play. So
yeah, it'd be maybe in the Sports Center top 10.
Yeah, if that would have went in, I might have to. I hope all you Caldwell fans aren't listening too much, because I might have to say I'd have to put on a Webster jersey if he scored that one. And here's Bryson Bannister, a good opportunity to maybe have a counterattack for Caldwell County. And again, Witherspoon, he's just fighting, taking challenges left and right, and staying on his feet.
Very impressed with this Webster County defense.
Oh, they're playing wonderful. Oh, here's Blake Vivrette, a tough volley.
Oh,
good save by
the keeper.
Webster County goalkeeper. That would be Jorge Torres. I mean, that was, you can't beat a save like that.
And Jorge's a pretty nice-sized kid back there, but he can move.
He is, and that's, if you get a goalkeeper that's got any size on him at all,
that's a plus, isn't it?
It is, and especially
if they can move.
Yeah, if he can move and he's a decent size, you're going to have to take something special. And that was a good shot by Blake Vivrette. Blake Vivrette's a very technical player. I mean, you could sit there and brag about him all day long. He's kind of the gem of this varsity team right now as a young player, and he played at a very high club level. I'm sure he still does. I mean, he's a top player, so he's very good on the ball, and if you got him having a good day, you have your hands full.
Your thoughts thus far, Ryan, as far as maybe what some of the adjustments that Coach Schaefer might do to see if he can maybe get some of this Webster County aggression, keep them on at least on their side of the field where we can get an opportunity to score. One thing that might help Webster County, it's just one of those things you'd have to test it out to see if it would happen, is give them a little more high press. I mean, they've got some room to play around in the back, and there's Colin Schaefer trying to win the ball back. But they've got some room to kind of play it, and it looks like Caldwell is getting a little more high press up now, but their back line seems to be not as technical as their attack, so make them make some mistakes. That leads to goals. So gotcha.
Webster County, Oscar Velasquez losing the ball with a nice challenge from Jack Kinsolving, and here's Blake Vivrette on the outside, playing it up to Bryson Bannister. It's a good turn from him. Good defending from number 40 on Webster County. That'd be Henry Portillo. And an easy shot for Barrett to save from distance. Those kind of things. Barrett usually doesn't screw up on small efforts like that, but difficult bouncing kick from Barrett Schultz. And here's Blake Viverette battling again.
Good move.
Oscar Velasquez, he's all over the field. I can't keep up with him.
Yeah, he is very active, very solid player.
It seems to be like they've taken Oscar Velasquez and kind of put him back to just halt this Caldwell County attack while they're up and moving for a little bit. So, and right now, Webster County, number 10 on the wing, outrunning Jack Kinsolving, and he's still going down the wing. What a run.
Speed.
Yeah, it looks like the only way to stop that is you're going to have to stay back and be on your toes because they catch you flat-footed. You're burnt all day. Number 10, that's Santos Portillo, and so far it looks like him and Oscar Velasquez, they're pacey, they're very fast. It's going to be a lot to stop them during this whole game. They're going to be the kind of guys that they'll tire you out real quick. Oh, it's a good ball from number 19. Michael Henry read it well. Blake Viverette will drop it to Nathaniel Perez. Pressure from the back if he can get it off his foot. Number 15, nice move there. Elbow in the face. And no whistle blown. Everybody stopped playing for a second. But Velasquez, again, just jumps on the ball. And here's number 5 on the ball for Webster County. Finding number 10, Santos Portillo. He seems to be one of their more technical players on the ball. Very good.
And if you play soccer, it's part of the game to get that elbow or to get get tackled hard or something. That's just part of it, isn't it?
It is, and there's not a lot of padding to go with it. I mean, you take a knock to the shin, you got the shin guard. That's about it. So you take a blow to the quad or to your chest. I mean, that stuff stings. It's just one of those things you got to
shake off and keep rolling in it.
Got to get up, shake it off, and just keep on rolling. And you can see the kid kind of got hit in the eye and comes over showing his coach, but I think he's all right. He looks to be coming back in just a minute. That Webster County plays it back to the goalkeeper. Plays a good ball out to number 41 on Webster County. Gives him a little room to play it out of the back, and he clears it up to number 14 in the middle of the park. There's number 15 going. Nice ball into the corner to number 11. If number 11, he did play last season, and he was one of their key players. I was kind of surprised to not
see him starting.
Yeah, he's one of those kids, again, tough, gritty. He'll battle all day long, and he's a tough kid. He's hard to play against.
Yeah, you can tell. Of course, they just subbed him in just a few minutes ago. So I think they subbed in about 3 players. They've got some fresh legs out there right now.
They do, and that's one blessing to have about being a big county, having a new program and stuff. There's a lot of kids on this Webster County team, and you get a lot of kids that want to play and they'll fight and stuff. They'll do some damage later on in the season, I'm sure of. Colin Schaefer again, he's battling in the midfield, losing the ball in Webster County. They're dominating possession here. That's, again, like I said earlier, if you got possession, you don't feel tired.
Right.
If you're running around chasing everybody all night long, I promise you'll feel really, really tired.
Well, they definitely have Caldwell County on their heels and spending an awful lot of time on the Caldwell County side of the field.
And like we said earlier, I mean, if you're on your heels, that's the most dangerous place to be on the field. I mean, got you on your heels is pretty much they're puppeteering you. They can do whatever they want to, pull the strings. So looks like Coach Schaefer's bringing over Jack Kinsolving, just talk about taking care of some stuff in the midfield as Barrett Schultz play it up the field. Trying to find number 6, a hard challenge on him. It looks like Webster County will just drop it back to the goalkeeper. It's a bad clearance. Bryson, good opportunity there to bring one back for Caldwell County. And now here's Webster County again, just attacking that middle of the park. It's pretty open right now. Still running is number 5, Velasquez. He has a good effort, but it's right down the middle to Barrett Schultz. Again, just one of those things he'll save all day long.
Kind of a routine scoop up there.
Yeah, it's just that's practice for Barrett, really. Yeah. Jack Kinsolving back in the game. I mean, Jack's one of those players, if he's on it, I mean, he'll dominate the midfield. He'll be one of those guys you just love watching. It's number 28 has it in the corner for Webster. A good cross back post.
Wow, yeah.
It looks like the header will just trickle out kind of in that dead area, but
that could potentially been dangerous, couldn't it?
It could have. That could have easily been another goal for Webster County. Michael Henry kind of clears it away to Blake Viverette. He will lose it to go out of bounds and be a Webster County throw-in. Little rain coming in.
A little light rain. We'll hold it right here for now. If it doesn't get too steady. We do have electronic equipment out here, and hopefully it'll just be a few light sprinkles.
Yeah, hopefully. We won't melt in a couple light sprinkles, but
Nope.
heavy rain, I'll have to tell you, I'm going to run away.
Well, it's just not that. It's just we're just exposed electronically. Let's just call it that.
That's true. Webster County had a shot just kind of trickle away again. Another goal kick for Barrett Schultz. Jack Kinsolving just keeping the ball right now. He finds Colin Schaefer in the middle of the park. Has it tackled away by number 14. That's going to be Dawson McVeigh. He's been pretty active early on. This entire Webster County roster, they're battling. They're playing hard. And as a coach, I'm sure their coach couldn't be happier with a 3-0 lead with about 14, 15 minutes left in the first half.
Wow. And really, Ryan, just as an observation, as you say, I would think that Webster County in their district would be probably, I don't know who else is in there, but I would say they would be, just looking at them, I don't know anything about anything else, but they look like they're pretty competitive team and wherever they play. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure a couple of years ago their district was just Henderson and Union County, and Webster County, they kind of showed up. They had a tough first 2 years, I think. It might have just been that first tough year. But last year, I mean, Henderson are just one
County,
of those teams. You just got to...
It's Henderson County.
Yeah, it's got to be perfect for them to even struggle. But this Webster team, I'm impressed very, very early on, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
Dawson McVeigh in the middle of the park finds number 15. Up top, he lays it back off to McVeigh. He just out-battles Josh Hagan there. Nathaniel Paredes fighting. And it ends up with Velasquez, number 5. And here's Jack Kinsolving trying to start a quick counterattack. A good ball.
Sure is.
To Witherspoon. He's just running. I think it's his favorite thing to do. Tough challenge. And a good position for a free kick for Caldwell County. And these refs tonight, I'm not familiar with the one on the far side from us, but the one closer, can't remember his name off the top of my head. He's always a very fair ref, and he's not going to let nothing slide. But he'll give you a little breathing room. But if things get out of hand, he'll take care of it real quick. He's a real good ref. It looks like he's going to try to give 10 yards for the free kick for Caldwell County. And you'd be surprised. You get a kid that's just standing 8 yards away from you. There's a big difference between 8 and 10 yards with the ball trying to get over that wall and into the goal. And Colin Schaefer's free kick hits off the back of number 11 and will go out for a Caldwell County throw-in. Really, other than Blake Viverette's effort earlier, him trying to hit the volley across the goal to that far post that the goalkeeper made a good save on, that's about the best effort for Caldwell County so far. Making some substitutions.
Well, it's nice to be down in the Webster County half of the field.
It is, and it gives these defenders, I mean, you can see Michael Henry, Josh Hagan, anybody else in the back line right now, I mean, they're working. They're sweating pretty bad. They're having to work hard, so this gives them a breather too. If they can possess the ball a little bit, it's a good ball for Michael Henry to find Nathaniel Paredes. If they stay calm and make little passes like this, it's the world of difference.
Yes.
First game of the season, nerves, they're going to be there. Webster County got to have their first game nerves last night. They went down 2-0 very early on against Lyon County. I believe they went down 2-0 in the first 12 minutes. So after they got their first game struggles, they came back. Nice ball from Colin Schaefer.
And in soccer, 3 goals, you know, with a lot of time to play, I mean, it's not insurmountable at all.
No, it's not. I mean, you watch, like this game, it's getting to be a little more back and forth. It's not just Webster County versus themselves. It's now Caldwell County versus Webster. So it's all a mental thing. If you can go into halftime, you know that you're working harder towards the end of that first half. Make that second half a lot easier on you. And, I mean, they don't want to let another one in. That starts looking a little more insurmountable, like you can't get back from that.
Yes.
But, I mean, they keep working right here. I mean,
they might punch one in.
That was a bad pass from Webster County, but they still have the ball. And they will clear it away. Dawson McVeigh on the ball in the middle of the park. Good ball, a little behind the striker, but Michael Henry's, he dealt with it pretty well. But he does give it away, just not being in the right positions from Caldwell County early on for some of these more inexperienced players. Number 14, McVeigh, he does get into the corner. Good ball into the middle. Keeps it close, and a good goal.
Yeah, you got to give Webster County credit on that one. They worked the ball down. It looked like they had a little bit of strategy there to get a shot on the goal, and they certainly did.
And I mean, if you can see it on the broadcast, if you are watching, that ball into the middle, It is. It's a very good ball, but just these tiny little raindrops that causes the ball to skip and stuff, and it's harder to control. And he kept
just
it.
A little bit of a wet field. It does, doesn't it?
It does, and he kept that ball like it was glued to his feet. So very well played there from Webster County. And looks like Caldwell County. I'm going to go ahead and say they do need to get to halftime real soon. Guys are starting to get a little gassed, and they need to talk things over and just try to figure out some things.
We're about 10 minutes out. We're going to take a break here as we've got a little bit of a break in action, and we'll come back. If you're watching via stream, we'll continue that, but we're going to take a break here on our broadcast listening to Caldwell County Tiger Soccer on your hometown radio station, WPKY The Tiger. The Tigers trail Webster County Trojans 4-0. We'll be back after these messages.
Here's a reminder from your Princeton Electric plant board. Meter tampering is dangerous. Tampering with an electric meter is not only dangerous, it is dishonest and against the law. Stealing electricity by tampering with an electric meter may result in your arrest and can even risk your life. Tampering with meters results in increased utility bills that everyone has to pay. If you see anyone tampering with an electric meter, call the Princeton Electric plant board right away at 270-365-2031. Princeton Electric plant board, Princeton's #1 energy source.
Are you college-bound this fall and looking for a bank that will help you through the process of starting your first checking account? The friendly folks at Fredonia Valley Bank are willing to answer any questions you might have about starting a new student checking account, online banking, debit cards, and more. It's not easy leaving home and facing the challenge of managing your finances. Fredonia Valley Bank offers our encouragement and guidance to the young leaders of tomorrow about developing a banking relationship that will last a lifetime. Come by Fredonia Valley Bank today and let us show you the many checking accounts we have available to meet your needs. 602 Cassidy Avenue, Fredonia, and 226 Commerce Street, Edaville. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
And we are back here at Butler Field, and Ryan Frisch to call the game.
Yeah, right back into the play, and I mean, as soon as we come back, it's Blake Viverette, Colin Schaefer in the middle of the park, and he plays a good ball to Ethan Witherspoon. Goalkeeper read it well. That's, like you said earlier, big goalkeepers, quick on their feet. Right. It's hard to beat, so Webster County just keeping the ball in the middle of the park, finds number 14, Dawson McVeigh, and he leaves it for number 5, still in the middle of the park, and nice layoff to 14, Dawson McVeigh. Good on the ball here, and a good ball to number 15, offsides. That goal will not count.
Yeah. Had the whistle before he had a shot, and with about 8 minutes left, that was an obvious offsides there. But
yeah, it was, and that's good read from Caldwell County's defense. Exactly. Michael Henry and Nate Paredes and Josh Hagan, they're experienced guys now. They used to be those guys. They had a lot to learn, and they're learning. And I mean, you hear 4-0, and you automatically think, oh, these guys, they're not defending well, they're not playing very well. But that's not the case. I mean, they just caught a kid offsides. That's the 3rd time tonight.
Exactly.
That's a hard thing to do.
The Tigers are battling.
They are. They're battling real hard. And towards the end of the half, I think the second half hopefully will come out firing. And I think it'll keep it a little closer than what it was at the very beginning. But number 11 on Webster County dribbling right in front of us and plays it towards the middle of the park. They find him right back through. It's a good ball. He's in the box now. Good cross in the middle of the park, Josh Hagan. He just parries that away. Gets it to go out for a Webster County throw-in on the far side of the field. Webster looks like they're not playing incredible numbers up now. I mean, It's one thing that you don't really have to do when you're up 4-0. So
right, you can kind of stay back and more.
You can, and it's just one of those things. Again, it's an energy saver. Game's all about mind games and keeping your composure, staying hydrated, and keeping good energy with you. Effort from number 5. It's blocked by Josh Hagan from about 30 yards out. It's a good effort.
Coach Jacobs was here last night doing the girls' game, and he basically said the same thing. It's just a totally different game when you're back there having to be on your heels and defend the whole time. It just takes it out of you.
It is, and I mean, Webster County, they get those early goals and stuff. Confidence, it's by far the biggest thing you can have. I mean, you could be playing the best team in the state, but every guy that you got on the field's confident. Keep them close, keep it a good contest. So that's what Caldwell County needs. They need to get to halftime. They need to talk each other up. They don't need to get down on each other. That's the thing. They get down on each other, it'll be 10-0 before the game's over with. So it's just one of those things. They got to stay pepped up. They got it. This is your first game of the season. A lot of things to learn from. So
exactly.
Good effort, saved, and it's kind of cleared away from Nathaniel Paredes. Jack Kinsolvin gets a little more on it, but it's Oscar Velasquez back in the game. He's battling on that far side. Finds number 40 in the middle of the park. They look like they're just going to play it around for a minute. Oscar Velasquez dribbling towards the center of the field. Nice ball into the middle, cleared away by Michael Henry. It'll be a throw in for Webster County.
And Ryan, I'm going to go down and mention some of these sponsors that help bring soccer and fall sports to us. Pennyroyal District Health Department, Kay's Kitchens, Dunk's Used Tires and Wheels, Hancock's Neighborhood Market, and Bashir Sawmill. Some of the sponsors. We appreciate them.
Yeah, you always got to give a quick shout out to them. I mean, they sponsor these things. A good effort from Webster County, just couldn't
and
finish.
A ball over the wall. That doesn't happen too often, does it?
It doesn't, especially with that 40-foot tall net on the back. It's kind of embarrassing when you do it, but I mean, hey, you're up 4-0. Pull the trigger from anywhere if you can.
I sounded like Dr. Seuss on that, didn't I? Ball on the wall. Ball over the wall.
Now, if you start writing books and you start getting paid a little more, then I want to know.
Well, you're starting your broadcast career tonight, so just hang on.
Barrett Schultz, I mean, he's had a busy night so far. Goal kick, just can't get it off the ground, and that gives it right back to Webster County. And they look to just try to keep the ball there in the middle of the park. Now, number 5 keeps it, takes it to McVeigh, number 14, plays it in the middle to number 15. It's a good shot, near post, beats Barrett Schultz. That's going to make it 5-0 with about 4 minutes left in the first half. So,
and again, Ryan, you know, there's a lot to take away from a game like this. Yeah, it's not the result I feel like that they would want, of course, this first half. But you know, they'll come in at halftime, and Coach Schaefer will kind of get with them, and they'll just have to. We'll see what they're made of, you know.
Yeah, and
come out and play good second half.
It's always even, and it's not a not being ready issue. Even the years I played, freshman through senior year, first games of the season are the absolute hardest games of the season because, like Webster County, they played last night. They got all those jitters done.
Exactly.
They're back. They come off a big win. They've got nothing to worry about. They're just playing easy soccer. So these Caldwell guys, I mean, it's the day before school too. There's a lot.
Exactly.
A lot on the minds.
No, you're exactly right.
These senior years, it's their last one. Obviously, they're going to be upset going into halftime, but it's a game that you got to forget things real fast.
Right.
And it's just if you don't forget things, it makes it tough. Witherspoon, he's still battling up top.
Boy, he is, isn't he?
He is, chasing the ball. I mean, can't ask for anything more from him. Number 5, Velasquez, in the middle of the park, dribbling forward. Just keeping it close. Jack Kinsolving can't do much with it, defending him. Now it's Oscar Velasquez. He's just kind of toying with that defense. I mean, he's good on the ball. Number 5, Velasquez, outside the 18, dribbling still. Drops it off, and McVeigh, number 14, just wide. Looks like Barrett knew that it was going wide, I hope.
I think he did.
Just good effort from McVeigh, though. It was a good shot.
Paredes got stepped on, I think.
And he's another guy. He just doesn't get his name said enough. Nathaniel Paredes, I mean, you got to give props to the kid. He's not the fastest player by any means in the world, but he's tough.
He's doing it, isn't he?
He is. He's figured out ways. Whenever he first started, he struggled just because he didn't have speed, and now he's figured out ways to use his physicality and everything
as an advantage.
Yeah, for him, it makes it a lot harder on the other team. Webster County dribbling forward, stopped by Josh Hagan, number 11, about 20 yards out. Has a good effort blocked by Nathaniel Paredes.
Yeah.
Number 11 again, still on the ball.
And Paredes is battling. He's down there, got 2 that he's battling.
He is, and he's doing a good job. And now he steps in the middle. Good challenge. Webster County keeping the ball close. Very good, and a wonderful shot.
Yeah.
That's number 28 or 26. I can't see. It's his second of the night. And I mean,
let's see who that was. I couldn't see because there were a lot of bodies down there, Ryan.
And it does look like it's number 28. That'd be Sebastian Hernandez. And earlier, he's the one that kept the ball real close to his feet in the middle of the box, and just a good finish. And that right there, I mean, that's a heads up play. You see, all you need is an inch of space, and he found that inch, and he slammed it home.
Right.
I mean, tough first half from Caldwell County. They've stopped the clock, so we won't have very much longer in this first half. Maybe a couple minutes. They can't give up now. I mean, it sounds tough, and it's hard not to do. You're down 6-0 going into half.
It is, and it's and like you said, probably a lot of factors. Number one, this is a pretty good team they got out there.
Webster's a real good team. Like I said, the first 3 games, I know it's Webster tonight, and the next 2 are Murray and Paducah Tillman, and they might not be in that order, but they're both away games. Those are tough teams, especially going into Murray's a tough place to play. Paducah Tillman's especially tough to play. Witherspoon, he's still working. Webster County defense trying to just deal with him, and he gets a loose ball, it's tapped away, and it will be a Webster County goal kick. and you see one thing, I mean, obviously they're going to be frustrated. You go into halftime down 6-0. It's going to be frustrating. So that's one thing you just got to, like I said earlier, it's a game that you got to forget things very fast. They got to come out the second half out like that, like it's nothing. Try to win that second half.
Right.
6-0's a huge hill to climb, but like I said, you win that second half. Pick up little things from this game. This is still, I know they had a couple scrimmages, and I know that, or they had a scrimmage for Mayfield canceled, I believe, Caldwell County. So
I believe that's right. But you're right. These are, it's the first game out of the chute, and there are lots of things to learn. Even if you didn't have the half that you wanted.
And there is, like you said, I mean, well, there's 100 things to learn, and we could be up 6-0 right now, and there's still a lot of things to learn. So it's an impossible game to perfect because you've perfected one thing, and that team catches on to it, and you got to try to perfect another thing. So Caldwell County try to battle out these last couple minutes. Barrett Schultz, a long ball up forward. Witherspoon running through at the middle of the park. Just couldn't get a good kick on it. Will trickle out for another Webster County goal kick. A little frustration from Witherspoon. I mean, he's just got to keep doing what he's doing, really. He'll keep battling, and he'll get him one. Maybe not this game, but he'll get him one soon, I promise. Number 40, he just plays it out from the goal kick, finds Oscar Velasquez in the middle of the park. Good move from him, calm on the ball, and a wonderful ball through to Sebastian Hernandez. He's running on the outside wing, trying to cut inside on Josh Hagan. A good shot across, I'm sorry. And we'll be going into halftime. Webster County up 6-0 on Caldwell County. That's a tough result to deal at half, but like you said a couple times, I mean, a lot of things to pick out, a lot of things to work on. So we'll go into halftime. Caldwell County down 6-0. They'll have a lot of things to talk over, and hopefully they'll get some things worked out.
What do you think Coach Schaefer is going to say to the team? At a halftime, I know he's probably going to just point out some of the things that they could be doing different. But
yeah, he'll point out certain like the technical stuff that you can point out, but from now on, it's complete mental.
Right.
I mean, it's saddening if you're on the field, you're down 6-0, and there's nothing you can do about it. You're going to be mad. You're going to be upset.
Sure. They're going to beat themselves up. I'm telling you, we got Al Michaels up here.
I can't tell if we got fans down here. Guys just trying to throw me off my game here.
Yeah, Ryan's broadcast debut, and he's already got a fan club here. But, Ryan, we'll take a break, collect our thoughts about this first half. We'll come back and analyze it just a little bit and talk about what we might see and expect coming up on the second half here as the Caldwell County Tigers trail the Webster County Trojans 6-0 at home. It's the home opener of the 2018-2019 soccer season, and we'll be back. You're listening to Tiger Soccer on your hometown radio station, WPKY, The Tiger.
Potosina and Princeton and Marion is the best place to experience delicious, authentic Mexican cuisine with an extensive menu that has something for everyone. Choose from local favorites like fajitas, chimichangas, burritos, and Maria's favorite with rice, grilled onions, and peppers, chicken, shrimp, steak, or a combination topped with La Potosina's mouth-watering cheese sauce. That's La Potosina with 2 locations to serve you in Princeton and Marion. La Potosina Mexican Restaurant.
In elementary school, we all learn the different seasons of the year. Fall, winter, summer. Wait, did I skip one? No, that's it. Oh, yeah, spring. Well, apparently this year we may just skip spring and head straight to summer, which means we're going to be relying heavily on our ACs to keep us nice and cool. So what happens if you come home from work and your house is hot? You panic. What's wrong? Who do I call? How much is this going to cost? How fast can they get it fixed? Well, thankfully, McGregor Group Heating and Air can answer all of those questions for you. So if you find yourself in need, just give us a call at 270-896-5044 or come see us at 960 Varmint Trace Road here in Princeton. We are the company that you can take comfort in.
How often do you think about your electricity? Most likely when you adjust your thermostat, pay your bill, or when the lights go out. Do you know how often Caldwell Electric thinks about you? 24/7. August is our birth month. Can you believe we're 81 years old? And for all that time, we've been member-owned for 89 years. Caldwell Electric has done more than just keep your lights on. We're your neighbors. We support your schools, churches, charities, and so many other things you care about. Caldwell Electric, dedicated to working toward progress and better living for all of us.
Planters Bank, located at 208 North Jefferson Street, is locally owned and operated with a strong, sincere focus on customer service. Planters Bank has a diverse team of seasoned professionals in Western Kentucky and Clarksville, Tennessee. Since first opening their doors, Planters Bank has made a name for itself as an energetic player in the financial services market. Stop by and talk to the friendly folks at Planters and find out about the You Choose Rewards program. Planters Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
And we are back at Butler Field. Ryan Frisch along with Ty Englebright. And Ryan making his broadcast debut on soccer. And I give you an A+, buddy. And certainly appreciate you willing to come out and do these games this season. Doing a fine job. And I'm going to let you read off some of our sponsors that are helping to bring fall sports to our audience on WPKY The Tiger.
Yes, sir. We just want to give a quick shout-out and say thank you for all these sponsors. We'll go ahead and list off a couple. U-Ride, Big John's Barbecue, ABC Finance, Bella Marie Boutique, Herb A's Furniture, Taco John's, Health First Community Health Centers, Treasures Remember Florist and Greenhouse, Rain Performing Arts Academy, Community Medical Clinic, and the Black Patch Grill.
Yes, indeed. They're just some of our fine sponsors bringing you Tiger Sports here on your hometown radio station, WPKY The Tiger. And Ryan, as we look toward the second half, Coach Schaefer, I'm sure rallying the guys and saying, look, yeah, it's 6-0. We made some mistakes, but we've got some things we can build on. Let's go out and give it a really great effort in the second half.
Yeah, it's one of those games, beginning of the season, like we said, it's got to kind of take it with a grain of salt. So you got to, you're down 6-0. Go out the second half. Act like it's 0-0. Act like this is the beginning of the game. I mean, you get a goal or two, keep them from scoring a couple. You're up 2-0 in your mind. So pick up little wins. Obviously, this is a huge hill to climb, 6-0, and you only got 40 minutes to do so. It sounds like a long time, but it's hard to get down.
And it's been done before. You've probably seen it in your soccer career, but
huge comeback.
But obviously, this team, has a game under their belt. Their jitters are probably gone, and then now, when it's really easy if you come out and go, man, it is 6-0, and they're having a hard time. But like you said, I think the little victories, the little things that you can work on to get better as the season goes on, and that's probably what I would think Coach Schaefer is probably telling his team. Guys, we're down 6-0, but let's go out there, let's show some heart, and let's learn something from this.
Yeah, and I mean, those little victories, they eventually turn into you being up 6-0, and you're going to have to be on the other side of the ball eventually, and they'll get those results, and those mean a lot. They make you feel good. They give you the confidence that you need, and those little victories turn into one big victory, and then hopefully that eventually turns into district victories and things like that. So
and you kind of feel for Mr. Schultz out there, because not all those goals were solid, just boom, kick in your face. Some of those just kind of squeaked in, and there wasn't a very good view block. So like you said on the stat sheet, it might look like but Barrett's playing. I mean, it's not. Is it Barrett?
Yes,
it is Barrett.
Barrett.
I get him. Yeah, Barrett is playing pretty solid back there as a keeper and doing what he can, because he's getting a lot of pressure out there, and they're putting shots on goal, a lot of shots.
He is, and I mean, like you said, it's not going to show up on the stat sheet that he had a bunch of saves, and it's going to show up that 6 goals were conceded by Caldwell County with Barrett Schultz in goal, and I mean, that's just one thing. He's a tough kid, and I mean, he could score 6 goals today, and tomorrow at school be joking about it. I mean, it's one of those things. He's not going to sit there and be too upset about it. It'll hurt tonight. He's hard-headed. He's tough to.
And soccer's a team sport. You got other guys out there that are helping to defend, but they're going to be just fine. And Webster County's all smiles right now, but we'll see if Caldwell County comes out and gets their attention here in this second half as we begin. And do you have any thoughts as we begin this second half? We're going to take a quick break before we come back, but do you have any last thoughts here about the first half?
Just really think if Caldwell keeps their head, and like we said, small victories. That's what it's all about now. So they can get a couple of those, and hopefully the second half will have a little different story to it.
All righty. Well, that's kind of a little halftime report from Mr. Ryan Frisch, his broadcast debut tonight, where the Caldwell County Tigers trail the Webster County Trojans at home in their home opener at 6-0. It's 8:01, and we'll be back here in just a minute for the second half. You're listening to Tiger Soccer on your hometown radio station, WPKY The Tiger.
Gas Company is a full-service local and family-owned propane company offering services in Princeton, Cadiz, Madisonville, and Murray. Right now, Porter Gas is offering specials on propane. Porter Gas offers Holland and Napoleon grills, Dixie choppers, and they also have Red Max weed eaters. Contact Porter Gas Company today for all of your residential, commercial, and agriculture propane needs. Porter Gas Company, a family tradition of service since 1951.
Hello, this is Gloria Smith with the Law Office of Jeff Russo. Are you buying or selling real estate? Are you planning on refinancing your existing home loan? If so, you should be aware that you have your choice in which attorney provides the legal services associated with such transactions. Our law office has over 50 years of experience in real estate law. We pride ourselves on being cost-effective and having a quick turnaround time. If you're in need of such services, call us today at 365-2763 or find us on the web at www.jeffrussolaw.com. We are located in downtown Princeton on the east side of the courthouse.
This is an advertisement.
And we are back, and second half action started. And with the call, Mr. Ryan Frisch.
Yeah, well, it looks like right off the bat, it's exactly what we kind of said, that Schaefer would be eventually Caldwell County getting to that high press kind of thing. Look, if they can make Webster County make some mistakes. I mean, if any team in the world, you make a mistake at the back, that's a good opportunity for the opposing team to get a goal. And now Nate Paredes dealing with Oscar Velasquez over on that far side. The ball will go out for a Webster County throw-in. Got a ball on that far side, and on this near side we get a look at some different players on this side. 41 from Webster County, the outside back, and then we got guys like Risley over here. We'll get a closer view of some of those new guys around the far side.
That's right, and some of these numbers with the lights are a little bit harder to pick up.
They are. I mean, you got glasses on, so we still can't see nothing.
That doesn't help me any. I'm 50.
Well, I have no excuse. I think I just need stronger glasses. A good ball into the middle from number 40. Nice layoff from 14. And now it looks like Caldwell County tried to get it out.
Nice block there.
It was, and now it's right back with Velasquez. Good ball into the middle. Barrett Schultz will just get down on one knee, and he'll take hold of that. And kind of slower playing out of the back right now. Get the guys calmed down. Take a breath before getting in this quick attack.
And I think you made a good point in that first half when the Tigers had the ball. Just sort of relax and play controlled, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you stay calm, you sit back and take a breath. Even after you play a good pass, you play one pass and take a deep breath, it'll go a long way. It's just one of those things, you got to stay relaxed and confident. So it's a good ball into number 12 from Webster County. Michael Henry, number 12 for Caldwell County. He just clears it out, give Webster County a corner kick. And it seems to be like Barrett just a second ago, he punted that ball as hard as he could down the field. Witherspoon's fast. He is real fast.
He's very fast.
And so, I mean, sometimes it comes down to you just got to kick the crap out of it and hope the dude's faster than the other guy and get a goal from it. So I think if Caldwell County can grab a first goal and get that first, it'll go a very, very long way.
I agree with you. If they could just get one in here.
Barrett Schultz, he'll grab that before it goes out for a goal kick, and he does it again, just trying to kick as hard as he can, and Bryson couldn't get a touch to it. Webster County now, they're settling down and bringing it back up the field. Number 14 in the middle of the park. Keeps it close, and he's just going to lay it off to number 41, the outside back. And see, you can see how Webster County is just playing. They pick their head up. They look and see all these tiny passes. You can string together 15, 20 tiny passes. That'll go a long way. That'll set you up for some good opportunities. Number 41, a throw in right in front of us. And the ball will fall to Josh Hagan. He kicks it up the field. Nobody really up there. Right now, it looks like the goalkeeper, he's just going to take his time and keep the ball at his foot right now. And that's one thing, that'll be one thing that Webster's probably going to try to do this half. They might not focus on trying to get a goal every 10 seconds like they kind of were in the first half. Now it's kind of a, hey, we're up 6-0. Right. We don't have to work hard. Let's not work hard.
Right.
I'm not familiar with their schedule the rest of the week. Like I said, I know they played yesterday, so they're probably physically tired as well. Line County is their game last night, and that was a tough game. So
right, probably their legs maybe tire a little bit more because they come back, but that's just part of it, isn't it, Ryan? When it's through the course of the year, but I guess as you condition and get into shape, your legs get more used to it.
It is, and you think that you'd be in great shape. First game of the season, it was a good shot from Webster County, just always rising, just going straight over the net. But you think first game of the year that'd be your biggest fitness game, you'd be the best at it, but it usually takes till about the 5th or 6th game for me to always feel ready and in shape for soccer season to come.
And I don't know, those that have never played it, you have to be in tremendous shape to run up and down the field.
It's rough, especially guys like Jack Kinsolving and Colin in the middle of the park. I mean, that's just a position you're sitting there running all the time, and it's not just physically exhausting, it's mentally exhausting, because you got to sit there and you're thinking 10 steps ahead. And here's Witherspoon, a good run.
Mode, yeah.
It looks like it will trickle out. That's going to be a Webster County throw-in. Good move there. I mean, there's just one defender back there. He beats that one defender. Like I said earlier, he's not the most technical player in the world, but 1v1 against a goalkeeper, it's a position you always want to be in. That's a dream.
That's a dream right there.
It is. Yep. A good ball over the top to number 10. Might be able to get there as a long pass. He does keep it in. Nice run here. He's still going. Lays it off into the middle of the park. Oscar, what a save from Barrett Schultz. What a save. Beautiful. I mean, I might get a little excited.
No,
sorry.
That's what it's about, bud. Hope you scream loud enough. No, that's what it's about.
I mean, like that right there.
That's beautiful. That's just beautiful soccer.
It is, and you can sit here and praise that all day. That you can't teach that.
No,
that's Barrett Schultz being Barrett Schultz and just reacting. I mean, his reaction time there is as soon as the ball touches his foot, he's already down. He knows where it's going.
Yeah. As I was going to say, he almost knew which way to move before he kicked it.
He isn't. Like, those are the moments that, like we said, it won't show up on the stat sheet that he had an incredible save 10 minutes into the first half. I mean, it's just one of those things you got to be here seeing and watching and listening to realize. I mean, Barrett's a special talent. He's one of those guys that he's had guys from Henderson and Hopkinsville compliment him. Now, Witherspoon, he's still working that back line. They're only playing a couple defenders right now, so if they can get a breakthrough, Witherspoon or Bryson Bannister, they'll be through. Have a good effort on goal, hopefully. Now it is a throw-in for Caldwell County. I mean, now Webster has a chance to drop back and get some more defenders back there, and they're playing calm. It's one of those good things that you can be able to do.
Well, they don't have to press.
Yeah, I mean, you can sit back there and, I mean, goalkeeper right now, honestly, it's bad of me to say, he's just not having to work. He could take a newspaper out if he wanted to, sit there and read different things. It's not one of those things. You want to put pressure on him. You want to make him think, make him scared to even take a step off of his line. And so far, just ain't been able to do that. So good effort from number 5 on Webster County. It's a tough shot to hit with the outside of your foot like that. It's an acrobatic thing, and he just trickled it wide.
Yeah, on the clock is about 33 minutes.
I mean, that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time to get a goal or two, and that's one of those small victories. You get a goal or two, that could go, like we said, go a very long way. So Jack Kinsolving in the middle of the park, he'll play it calmly. Back to Barrett Schultz and Webster County. They're still pressing a little bit, which is a little surprising, but they might be trying to get a couple goals themselves just to put a little more cushion. Colin Schaefer in the middle of the park, he's met with 2 really good players on Webster County, and tough tackle from Jack Kinsolving on number 5.
Really, really impressed with the footwork of the Webster County players. Fancy little do-si-dos and stops and kick-ups and pull-ups and whatever you call that stuff. I mean, it's pretty fancy footwork.
It is, and whenever you're frustrated, like you being down 6-0, you're trying to hit them with hard tackles, and they know that tackle's coming. They've got that good footwork. All it takes is a little touch, and it looks incredible. All it did was a little touch. I mean, that's one of the big mental things too. They're playing confident. They're moving it with their feet. They're playing smart. I mean, they're playing real good soccer right now. Number 15 applying the pressure on Caldwell County. The clearance is touched off of him. Barrett Schultz just
came on out.
That's just gutsy play. A good effort.
Wow.
Michael Henry cleared off the line. Nathaniel Paredes doesn't take a chance.
Schultz came way out there and left the goal exposed. And luckily, a couple of the Caldwell players were back there to sort of defend and help him out with defending the goal.
He did, and it depends on what mindset you got. I mean, some people think, dang, Barrett Schultz, he's coming off that line. He's getting a good save, and it was. But some people think that's a little
risky.
But I mean, sometimes that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
A game like this situation, take all the risk you can get.
Right.
There's no sense in playing conservative and worrying about what's going on. Just try some things out. See what you can do.
I would agree.
McVeigh in the middle of the park finds number 10. He sets up a shot, always looking to shoot, and it did take a deflection. And it will go out for a Webster County corner. Trying to get a ball quickly, but looks like they're going to have to wait a couple minutes.
Yeah. A lot of the balls have gone wide and missed the net back there tonight.
Yeah, there's been a lot of shots taken by Webster County. I mean, a lot of shots taken, a lot of shots scored. I mean, some teams are like that. They're very attacking minded, so they've been like that the last couple of years. Pretty good header away from Blake Viverette, and now he luckily gets away with it. Colin Schaefer on the ball. He's going to play it up the line and see if Risley can outrun the outside back. Sweeper on Webster County takes care of it. And they will just try to play out of the back again. Number 10 finding 40, and Jack Kinsolving defending number 10, bodying him up very well. Just no help as a secondary defender. And cleared away by Caldwell County back in the middle of the park. And those little things, like that clearance right there in the middle of the park, towards the middle of the season, you'll see guys like Jack Kinsolving and Colin Schaefer, they'll be there for that ball. Right. It won't look like they just played it out of nowhere. It's just one of those things. They'll work out the kinks, and especially after these first 3 games, they've got some games that they can really put some numbers up on some guys.
Well, and I think that's one thing that you can definitely take out of this. Not only this game, but these tough first 3 games of the season. They're going to bring a lot of stuff out of these games that will help them down the road and in district play.
It will, and it was a good effort from Webster County. Saved by Barrett. It will go out for a corner. It's one of those things, you don't save it, it goes in, but it kind of looks like it's not going to do much if you did save it. But it's a big save from him. But, yeah, these first tough 3 games, I mean, even if things don't go their way, after those first 3, you get games like you'll come out the next time and you're expecting play a real tough team, and you just play better soccer, and next thing you know, you're up 6-0 yourself. So
right.
A good corner in. Number 15, a perfect touch. Keeps it close on his left foot. Good effort, just always rising.
Just floated right over the top bar there.
It did, and it's one of those things, there's not a lot of left-footed players around here, so if you can always force a guy, you can feel out who's a right and left-footed player, because, I mean, that's their favorite one. They'll always go to it. So if you can figure out who's got that weakness and who's got a real big weakness, I mean, that can go a long way, too. Forcing him to his left foot, that shot goes a couple feet over the bar, so. Barrett Schultz up to the middle of the park, and it's Oscar Velasquez again. He's skillful on the ball, cutting inside, and a good effort saved by Barrett Schultz. And again, that's just one of those little, it hops off the ground. It's a tough rotation for Barrett to read. That's something you want to do sometimes, get a little bounce right in front of the goalkeeper. It throws him off, so. Good punt from Barrett Schultz, and Witherspoon is running for the ball through. Clever play from number 38.
Yes.
And we'll go out for a Webster throw-in on the far side.
When you talk about a left-footed or right-footed player, you're talking about their dominant kicking leg?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, there's a lot of players, like Colin Schaefer, he's one of the only kids I've ever played with it doesn't look like he's got a strong foot. The kid can practice shots on his right foot, and they're strong as could be, and on his left foot, they're just a tad bit better. He says he used to say he's left-footed, and now he says he doesn't care. So
he can use either one.
He can.
With strength. That's probably a neat skill.
Oh, it's a trait that any soccer player wants. I mean, if you got 2 strong feet, it's hard to defend you. Number 10, another
great save there.
Yeah, it is a good save. He's got that little hop again. So they're testing Barrett. He's keeping his head composed. You can see he's a little frustrated in his face and stuff. But it's just one of those things. I mean, we're 13 minutes in, and by this time in the first half, we're down 3-0. So
I just wonder if we're going to win or the Mosquitoes are going to win.
I think they're kicking the crap out of you right now. Me and you dancing up here. So right now they got me about 10-0 right now.
Yeah, I think so. We got our own little battle going on up here.
Yeah, we do. Worrying about all kinds of games. A tough challenge from Jack Kinsolving.
Good challenge by Jack.
And they will call a foul on him. That's just one of those things. Some refs will give it a hard challenge. Some refs will call it a foul. So just one of those things. And need guys to get back and just pay attention. Like, what's going on? You got to get those. That's a tough challenge. That's a frustration tackle. That's not going to happen in the first 2 or 3 minutes of a game unless you're trying to send a message you're playing high press. So Colin Schaefer, he'll easily head that one out. Just nobody can get a touch on it to rebound it for him. Webster County dribbling in the middle of the park. A long effort from Webster County. It's always going wide. Yeah, Barrett, one of those things he won't have to worry about. That shot always trickling wide. So Be yet another goal kick for Barrett Schultz.
Well, with about 26 minutes left on the scoreboard anyway. Mind you to tune in for boys soccer this season. Ryan Frisch will be on the mic, and this is first night and doing a fantastic job for WPKY the Tiger.
Thank you. It's still Webster County. They're taking efforts from a long distance. It's one of those. It's a highlight reel play. They don't really have to press in. They don't have to work harder than they want to right now. So.
Right. Well, I think they probably feel they're secure with the game, at least at this point, and they can probably sit back and work on some of those skills.
Yeah, and here's Witherspoon just battling. If he can get a touch, and they will call a foul on him running through. That's just he's one of those kids. I mean, he will battle, and it's shown.
Oh yeah.
You can't give a guy like that enough credit. And again, he might not be a stat sheet guy. But if he's throwing them off because they know that he's tough, they'll know they have to back off of him and stuff.
He is lightning fast.
He is. I've never seen a freshman come in and just play as hard as a kid like he is right now. So I'm glad he's wearing that number 6 jersey.
Oh yeah.
He's a lot faster in it than I was. I promise. Speed was not.
That is your old number, isn't it?
It is. Speed was not my best thing, and he's quick. Right now, Webster County, they're on that far side. They've got number 12 on the ball. He's going to look for 15 in the box, trying to cut inside. Michael Henry did well defending there, and again, it's a corner for Webster County. And Caldwell County, they're playing smart right now.
They are, and I think honestly, Ryan, even though Webster County spent a lot of time down here on the Caldwell County half of the field, Caldwell County is playing better soccer this half.
It is, and that's an encouraging thing to see because I mean, you go to halftime down 6-0, it looks like your defense isn't playing great, but you come out the second half, and by now, this time during the first half, we're down 4-0. So
exactly,
right now we give up those 4 goals that we gave up in the first half. Game's over with.
Yes.
So I mean, they're playing. It's one of those little victories. They're defending a lot better, and right now they're playing real well. A good block there from Webster County on a shot from Webster County. Josh Hagan will try to clear it away, and Webster trying to settle it and play it back to their center back, and they're just kind of playing the ball around, saving some energy right now.
Right.
It's a good step from Jack Kinsolving, and good to stay with it. 41, just challenging hard there, winning the ball, and here's Oscar Velasquez on the far side. Playing a nice ball out wide. Good first touch from the defender. He's kind of drifting forward. They've got one guy back right now, and that's just they're up. They're playing the ball around, moving the ball, so they're not stressing too hard right now.
No.
Which I mean, there's not
kind of on cruise control, aren't they?
Yeah, and I mean, when you score 15 goals, it's a good effort here from Webster. They've got 15 goals so far in the first 2 games, and we've still got 20 minutes left in this one. So, I mean, that's an incredible stat to get. Good effort from Velasquez, as always. Still rising. Barrett gave a little jump to it. I think he knew it was a little too high.
Well, if he's anywhere from 20 to 30 yards out, he might take that shot most of the times.
And it's crazy to think that you got to worry about a guy taking shots from there.
That far, yeah.
He's good. He takes the ball, keeps it close. A lot of guys on the wings, they like to cut inside.
Okay.
And it's not much of we'll try to cross it in and have someone head the ball in. It's more like guys like him is good on the ball. He can take one touch in, and he could take another touch if he could and try to bend that shot far post or just get some power on it, make a save from the goalkeeper. So him and number 11 on the wing on our side now, and they're both kind of like that. Now it's Velasquez again in the center of the park, and again cuts inside looking for that shot.
I mean, he looks like he's getting ready to fire it.
And they lay it off that wide to number 11. They just keep in possession right now. Number 41 dodging the defender. That would be Risley. Still going on the ball.
Wow.
Risley battling. Number 41 just taking advantage right now. Number 11 cutting back on Webster County.
Ooh. He about hooked it in there, didn't he?
It did, and that was a wonderful cross. I mean, you can't put it in any better spot. Just unlucky to be offsides from the Webster County striker, but if he's onside, all it takes is a toe for that to go in. That was a wonderful cross from Webster County. Like I said earlier, number 11, last year, I believe he got a couple on us. It was a tough result against Webster County last year, and he plays tough, plays hard. He's kind of like Witherspoon up top for Caldwell County. He's quick. He's hard to play against. He's a real good player.
Well, I don't think he started the game, but he's been in most of the game. He came in as a sub, and he hadn't been out.
Yeah, he's been in pretty much ever since he came in, and now Blake Viverette on the far side dribbling past him and number 5 battling. It's a hard challenge from number 5, but it will be a corner for Caldwell County. And it will be, looks like Colin Schaefer will be taking the corner. They'll try to get some numbers forward and get a shot on goal here.
Yeah, maybe. Boy, it'd be nice if we could just get one punched in off of this.
It would. It'd make the guys out here
It really would.
It'd feel a lot better. That's a good cross from Colin. A
Almost.
loose ball in the box and a wonderful shot from Risley. And there is that first goal we were wanting. I mean,
I tell you, if anything, it just says, you know what, we can play this game, and they know they can. They just it's. But that was fantastic.
It was, and that's the kind of goal. Webster County had 3 or 4 of those in the first half. It's a loose ball. All you got to do is touch it. You get a touch to it, there's a good chance of it going in. And if I'm not mistaken, because I believe he's a freshman, I'm pretty sure that's Risley's first goal.
So okay.
A big moment for him.
Congratulations. Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you want it to be in a bigger moment than it is right now, but that's, again, it's a small victory. We're winning the second half right now.
You're exactly right, Ryan.
We're defending well, and like I said, there's a couple goals in the first half from Webster County. They jumped, they got a touch to it. It kind of wasn't looking for it to happen, and it happened. So now Witherspoon battling. Caldwell County a little momentum now, and that's a good thing to have.
Wow, it is.
Hard challenge, and Witherspoon still, I mean.
Well, he's tough and gritty, isn't he?
He is. He's got thrown to the ground. Look, he gets up, claps his hands, and just back into play.
And physical. I mean, just banging around in there.
Colin Schaefer, he's waiting for numbers to get inside the boxes. We got Josh Hagan moving in, the center back. Only one attacker from Webster County, so you can send some more guys in.
Let's see what we can do here.
Good ball in. It cleared away. Michael Henry couldn't get the first touch to it. Witherspoon gets it to Michael Henry. He plays it out wide to Colin, just a little too far in front, and it will go out for a Webster County throw-in on the far side. And you can hear Coach Schaefer trying to get into the players. I mean, we're up. We got a goal.
That's right.
It's a good thing. You don't want to take your foot off the gas because, I mean, shock them. Get 3 or 4.
You can keep the pressure on.
Yeah. I mean, you get 2 more goals, and Webster County, anybody in the country, if you get 2 more goals on them after they're being up 6-0, they might start to panic a little bit. So it's just one of those things. They're like, okay, we're still at 3 goals, but what if? What if they get another one?
Exactly. And
there's some hard challenges coming in from Webster County, and it's just one of those things. You just gotta keep your head cool. It's just you got a quick temper. Those things can affect you.
They can flare up a little bit, can't they?
Yeah. If you get up and you're arguing and stuff, that might ruin the momentum for your team. So that you just gotta think some things through, even though it's hard to sometimes. Good ball from Colin, cleared away by number 40 from the free kick, and now it is Webster County trying to counterattack. Number 28 got a couple goals himself. It's just kind of bouncing around right now. And now it's Webster County that kind of got control of the ball. Velasquez, calm on the ball, just cuts back, saving some time. Number 5 in the middle of the park, also Velasquez. Ball into the middle, cleared away. No one there to challenge him, number 41 by himself. And Colin's got 3 or 4 guys around him, so it's hard to get the ball out of the half, but he's doing a good job so far.
He is.
And you can hear Schaefer trying to tell Colin to touch, and that's one of those things. If you can move the ball fast, especially right now, move the ball fast, get a couple passes, it's a great thing. So good ball right there. Number 12 offsides again. It's the 3rd or 4th time they've caught him offsides tonight. So.
Yeah, he's been caught offside several times.
And that could be him timing his runs wrong too, but you got to give credit to those center backs and the whole back line for Caldwell County, because that's a tough thing to do. You catch a kid offsides, especially more than once. It's a tough thing to do. Barrett Schultz's kick up the field goes all the way through. Bryson trying to keep the ball. Hard challenge from number 5 from Webster County. He's got the ball in the middle of the field. Good tackle from Bryson. Webster County just pounces on that loose ball first, and now it's Blake Vibrett on the loose ball, and he's looking forward. Not many options.
Good move.
Good. Oh, that's a hard spill. Ref thought about calling and trying not to be biased here, but I do think that was a pretty hard foul. And I mean, he did get the ball, but
they're getting after it out there. No doubt about it.
And it's just Webster County fights hard. That's one thing they've always had. It's a good thing to have. I mean, you fight hard, it goes a lot farther than talent. You could have all the talent in the world, but if you're lazy and you're not working hard, it doesn't matter.
That's right.
And you hear that saying all the time.
No,
talent doesn't always win against hard work. So
you're exactly right.
It is true, and like right now, that's kind of a lazy thing right there. Just Webster County losing the ball, Caldwell County picking it up. Good move from Risley to split the back line in the middle of the park. Just giving some high pressure right now on Webster County, and they're trying to play it out and get it out of the back line. So they're number 11 right in front of us, dribbling down the line. He's got space. It's a hard challenge for Jack Kinsall from behind, but number 11 cutting inside, finding number 28. Good at keeping the ball right close to his foot. Number 30 cuts inside just outside the 18 of his shot, always going wide. It will be a goal kick for Caldwell County and Barrett Schultz. And there is a lot of subs coming in.
A lot of subs coming in, yep.
A couple of them were starters. I believe number 14 started for Webster County. Number 10 started. Both good, really good players. Looks like they'll be in the middle of the park. But it looks like Oscar Velasquez might be coming off, so that it's hard to focus on one player. It's not good to all the time, but, I mean, he's ran the show tonight. So
He did, no doubt about it. And he is, if he's out there, they better be able to watch out for him. He makes a lot of things happen.
Yeah, it's just one of those extra things to think about. Whenever you see a guy like that go off the field, sometimes it's like okay, he's off the field. Let's focus a little more on something else.
Right.
Defending him. And now it's Webster dribbling up the center of the field. Still on the ball is number 15. He plays it out wide to number 11. Got number 8 overlapping him, looking for a ball to cross the ball into. He gets that pass. And a good cross into the middle, headed away by Paredes, and Josh Hagan clears away. Jack Kinsolvin's got a lot of room to work with. Not a lot of people helping him out as a forward option, but now here's Colin Schaefer.
He didn't have many places to go, did he?
No, he didn't. And I mean, those big windows that he just had, they don't last long. Right. So you got to take advantage of those. And people up top like Bryson, they've got to realize that, and they've got to get there.
But that'll come with experience on down the road, won't it?
It will. Long ball through to Witherspoon, and it will go all the way to the goalkeeper. But it is one of those things. It's a sport that you got to think 2 or 3 steps ahead. Yeah. And if you don't, you're 2 goals behind. So it's a hard thing to learn. It really is. But it's one of those things you just got to be aware of. Now Webster County dribbling down the sideline on our side of the sideline. Good cross from number 8. 28 keeps it close in the box. Number 11. A shot always going over the bar. Hard to get it out from underneath his foot from right there. And it's going to be an incredible goal if it goes in, but it doesn't go in often.
About 14 minutes on the scoreboard time clock. I'm sure there might be a little extra. What kind of time do you call it?
Stoppage time.
Stoppage time. There we go. That's what I'm
teaching him soccer terms.
I'm telling you, yeah.
Yeah, there might be a couple minutes. I haven't really had the ball go out too much.
Yeah, they haven't, so there might not be too much on there.
Yeah, sometimes they don't even put any on at all. It's up to a ref thing. They're the ones that add it on. They're the ones that
kind of added on, yeah.
Good ball from Bryson, and just couldn't get a first touch on that ball out wide. I believe they call him JJ.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. He's hustling out there. JJ is hustling.
He is. He's a freshman this year, too, and he came in, I believe, his 7th grade year. It might have been his first year, and I mean, He's worked hard, and you can't ask for anything more from someone who's just starting out. So he's worked hard, and he's found his way into a varsity position. So
he was hustling up the sideline.
He was. And here's number 28 on Webster getting through, having a shot, and it is in off the post. Webster County grabbing their 7th goal.
Well, they just had numbers, Ryan, and there just wasn't much. It just kind of collapsed in on Schultz and.
They did, and there's...
Which way are you going to go,
Yeah, shots like that. If they hit it off the post, if you're a goalkeeper, there's really not much you can do about it. I mean, that's to a point where you just can't reach the ball, so good effort from Barrett. I mean,
yes,
he dove across. He did what he was supposed to do. It was just one of those things that hits off the post and goes in, so... But Caldwell, still 1-1 this half.
That's right.
They shouldn't panic. Shouldn't give up on this by any means. I mean, that's one thing you never want to do.
And I really don't see that in them. They're battling hard out there. JJ.
He is. He's battling hard.
Yeah.
And, I mean, just like right then, Colin and Jack, a little mishap there, and it goes all the way through to Barrett from a mistake from Hagan in the middle of the field. No big deal, but you see Colin and Jack, they're connecting now. And that's right. You get your midfielders start connecting. They kind of run the show. They're kind of... In a way, midfielders sometimes are your captains, or your goalkeepers are your captains. They can see a lot in front of them, and it's a good...
They kind of run the offense, don't they?
Yeah, and if you got a couple good midfielders, which Caldwell County do, and Colin and Jack, and you got a couple good central midfielders, towards the middle of the season, those are the guys that you like watching. Especially if you played soccer, you love watching a good midfielder.
Right.
They don't get enough credit on stat sheets and stuff.
And like you said, they're just out there doing the gritty stuff of the game to keep the ball rolling and get it down where people can put it in the goal.
It is, and
what a move!
It was a good move from number 11 past Hagan, still dribbling, keeping it on that left foot. He is going to have a tough shot, trickle out for a corner, And I believe he is one of the left-footed players. He's been favored in that left foot.
I think you're right, but I'm telling you what, I'm really impressed with all these Webster County footwork. I mean, they're just and we've got some great footwork guys too, but man, it just seems like every guy out there is just full of trickery.
It does. I mean, it looks like almost every Webster County player, they've got a lot of tricks up their sleeve, and that's just one of those things you love to have. So you can teach yourself those, but it's also, again, you got to keep. It's one of those things you got to practice and practice.
Oh, sure.
And here's Witherspoon running up the middle of the park, getting past the defenders here, shoved off the ball. Yeah, he is working his butt off. Eventually tackled away, and we'll see what the ref will rule that. A little confusion here. I don't know really if they were told.
Yeah, I don't know. And we're kind of, if you're watching on the live stream, we're kind of in a blind spot down there in that corner. So just bear with us.
And that will be what it is for the Caldwell County Tigers. It will be a corner. We'll have Blake Vivrette on this side. And that's what I was saying earlier, like Colin Schaefer, he took corners on the other side because he can use both feet.
Right.
Blake Vivrette's got a wonderful right foot, but Colin can use both, so you can put him on either corner if you want to.
Yeah.
Good cross in. Going over all the way over. Doesn't look like it'll touch anybody.
Wow.
And go all the way across for a Webster throw in.
Number 14's been sitting for a while. He's got fresh legs.
He does, and he's running very fast down the sideline. Good ball to find number 15. McVeigh, number 14, is in the middle, wide open. Now he's in a couple covered positions. Cutting inside is Webster County's number 15. Good shot. What a goal. I mean, again, you don't want to be biased, but those kind of goals you just gotta give your hat off to and give him a round of applause. That's a wonderful effort. Cutting inside and just a couple touches, picks his head up, sees that he's got that couple inches of space, and he just fired a good shot.
I mean, Ryan, there's not much you can do to defend that, is there?
There's not. I mean, you get a guy who he cuts inside past you. It's hard to make up for. And then Barrett probably knew exactly what he was doing. It's just one of those things. If he puts it in a place you can't reach it, you can't reach it.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're not 6'10" back there.
Yeah. Well, Schaefer is going to bring Jack Kinsolving off. He's going to move Blake Vivrette into the middle. And Vivrette, like I said earlier, he's a really gifted. Oh, Barrett, a bad giveaway.
Wow.
Good save from him to make up for it, but his bad giveaway to the Webster County players. He kind of just punts it up the field and get it out of there for a minute. But Vivrette, now in the middle of the park, he's a gifted player on the ball. He is that ideal center mid that you love watching.
Okay.
But he can also play on the wing like he has the rest of this game. So he's a very versatile player. He's real fun to watch. And Webster County now, they're dribbling down that far side from us, cutting inside again, looking for a pass. Lays it off to number 5. He has a shot. What a save from Barrett Schultz again.
That's a fantastic save from Barrett.
And it was, and you can see him. He dived with both fists.
He sure did.
It's one of those things because he knows if you dive with one fist, he could hit it, still go in. He dives with both fists. He gets 2 fists to it. There's probably no way. He pushed it onto that crossbar.
Right.
And it was a good effort from number 5 on Webster County, but a wonderful save from Barrett Schultz. Got to, again, take your hat off, give it to him there. And here's Barrett trying to play it quick. He plays it up to Bryson. Looks like it will trickle out for a Webster County throw-in, kind of in our blind spot. Excuse me.
Yes.
Here we go, back in play. Webster County already stringing a couple passes together. Good move from Colin Schaefer there, and he tries finding Witherspoon. Gets a little unlucky touch. And now everybody's just kind of battling in the middle of the park. Ball over the top. Barrett will come out, and he'll pick that up right on the edge of the 18. Barrett just surveying his options, looking around, seeing what he can find. His good punt up to Bryson, just a little over his head. Bryson just got to judge that a little better, and here's Blake Vivrette in the middle of the park.
That's a heck of a no-look kick there by Colin Schaefer.
It was, and it's a good ball to Witherspoon. Can he get it past the goalkeeper? Just one of those things again. Like we said, he's not the most technical, but those positions.
Well, the goalkeeper committed, and he was just almost there.
And it's a mind game too. You see the goalkeeper coming out as a freshman. I mean, you get nervous. That's a good opportunity for his first goal. But
exactly.
And you can see him hands over his head. He's frustrated. And I mean, it's one of those things. Can't let it get on him too much. You can see Blake Vivrette talking to him now, just telling him, take a breath, be calm, just finish that ball if you can.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not dogging him at all for not being an incredibly technical player because he's got to be the toughest kid on the field right now. So
Yeah, and you know, we all have our own different skill levels, and as long as you're contributing to the team, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I can say I'm a big Witherspoon fan right now. So far, I've liked seeing what he can do. A good run from Colin Schaefer here, tackled away. Will be a foul on Webster County, and it will be a free kick for Caldwell County if they can take it real quick.
It will be nice to put another one in here.
It would. Colin trying to find Blake Vivrette. Defender just stepped in front of it real quickly. And McVeigh, number 14, in the middle of the park. Good touch.
There we go.
Good tackle from Risley to stop Velasquez, pretty much from goal opportunity. Now Webster County towards the far side, still towards the middle also, though. Number 15 finds number 10 through, and now it's him versus Michael Henry. Has a shot with his left foot over the bar.
Wide.
And I mean, we're not keeping stats up here, but you got to imagine that Webster County they've surpassed the 30-shot mark at this point.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. Barrett will go home. He'll be tired, and Michael Henry will be tired, and all these defenders will be tired. Everybody will. So.
But you know, Ryan, as you said, this is one of those games you put it behind you when you get through with it, and you learn from, you take away a lot from it.
It is, and like the next couple games, it's against Murray and Paducah Tillman, and usually they're pretty much the same skill set. So it could be some tough games, but I mean, they got a goal here. That's a plus. You always gotta pick some pluses out.
Of course.
Can't forget the negatives. I mean, it's not. You can't say it's a great result, but you do gotta pick out the positives. And
exactly. Well, anytime you're improving to get better as the season goes on, that's what you work for.
It is, and like this year, the two district teams that we have to play against are Hopkins County Central and Madisonville North, and we've got both of those games home this year too.
Right.
So Madisonville North, they're usually the powerhouse soccer-wise for the boys soccer. The girls, they've wrapped up that. Oh, wow. What a goal from Velasquez again. I mean, that's a wonderful effort.
That's Pele-ish.
It is.
I hate to say that, but that's Pele-ish.
Just to see a kid, like, off a throw-in, to hit a shot like that first time, I mean, that's completely across his body, all the way across the goal. It's a wonderful effort from number 19, Oscar Velasquez, and I believe that's his third or fourth tonight.
I mean, you can tell the kid can play.
You can, and he's been on our side of the field. He's been on the far side. He's been in the middle. So.
It's been a lot of fun to watch. I mean, it really has.
He really has.
We're pulling for our Tigers, but this kid's fun to watch play soccer.
And I mean, he's having the time of his life. You see him scoring, he just turns around, and he's joking, he's having fun, and it's a good thing to see. You really hope. Good ball from Colin Schaefer towards Joshua. They call him Spider Monkey Sherrill.
Gotta love that nickname.
You got to. He's even got it on the back of one of his team jackets.
Yeah, you gotta love that. Yeah,
it is.
I wish they called me Spider Monkey.
Yeah, I wish I had a cool nickname.
They called me Frog.
Yeah, I just got a funky last name, so they just call me.
They called you Fish, I bet, instead of Frisch.
They think they're all clever jokes, but really, you hear it all.
I tell you, as you're calling this game, and you 1 year removed, I know you're missing it.
I am. I talked about, because I knew I was going to miss it. A lot of guys are like, man, I can't wait for season to get over with, and I dreaded it. I'm not going to sit here and act like a big manly man. I cried after the region loss, and I mean, it hurts everybody. Even if you are a big manly man,
right.
You don't want to show it hurts your feelings, but I mean. Absolutely love the game.
It gets in your blood, doesn't it? There he is again. Oh, wow. What a save. Oh, man.
Schultz
was smothering that ball. Velasquez was all over him.
He was, and that's good sportsmanship there. You see them both collide. They get up, hit fists.
Yeah.
Give each other the nod. You see Velasquez smiling. He knows Barrett. He had his number there.
Oh yeah. Well, you love to. There's nothing better to see good sportsmanship.
There's not. I mean,
that's a wonderful thing to see.
It's a good thing for coaches to see too. Whether that's the away coach or if there's a college coach watching you see him stand up and give another kid the nod for something you both had a part in. I mean, it's a good thing to see.
I know the college coaches love to see that.
And guys like Barrett, I mean, the way he's played and the club teams he plays for, played at a very high club level. I don't know if he's playing this year, if I'm being honest with you.
Uh-oh.
It's a blue throw-in.
Okay,
looks like they're just not going to let the substitutions come on.
No, they're not. They looks like they're going to sub the whole team.
It does look like they're going to get those guys out. I mean, clock is stopped, so get those guys that have played all these minutes, get them out of the game, give them a little rest. So Webster County they're in the box now, still dribbling. Good shot and always trickled wide. Can't tell if Barrett got a touch to that one or not, but Webster County still battling on the far side corner. He keeps it inbounds. He's still dancing over there in the corner. Finds the ball into the middle, and it's still there. McVeigh, number 14 on the shot, blocked by Josh Hagan. Number 8, the outside back, saves the ball there. And I think he tried crossing that, just couldn't get that curve, that bend you want in on the cross. So.
And here comes the subs.
Yeah, here's Webster County's second team.
Yeah. Well, we're getting down to the end, and so the clock has stopped. And Ryan, what do you think? Your first experience on the microphone. You've done a fantastic job.
I appreciate it. I've really enjoyed it. The game went by real fast.
It goes by fast, doesn't it?
I got into it. I'm not going to lie. And,
well, that's what you're supposed to do, man. When you love the game, that's why you're here. And we certainly appreciate you being on the mic tonight. You've done a fantastic job, and I know the listening audience is looking forward to having you on more games.
I hope so, and I'm ready. I'm ready to be back out here. I think next Tuesday we'll be back out here for a home game. I can't remember who the opponent is off the top of my head, but always excited. We'll do our research.
We'll have you a schedule.
I hope so.
Yeah, I got you. At least have your sponsor list tonight.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it, and that will be
do it in it.
Yeah, we'll be the final score, 9-1. I mean, second half. You still lose 3-1, but you did get that goal. And again, take all the small victories you can. So.
Right, and really, I think the Tigers came out and played a much better second half. Again, you got that goal, but they were, even though they had one half under them, the play was crisp, their enthusiasm was there, and you can't fault that a bit.
You can, and they'll go home, they'll be upset, and hopefully you got to let it roll off your back.
That's right.
You got way, way, way more games this season to be too upset about this one. So.
You want to be on the other side. You want to be on the other side of the scoreboard. There's no doubt about it.
And they'll get there. They'll have their games where the other team, they'll probably go home just as upset as we are tonight. So.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Well, let's take a break, Ryan. It's been a really fun game. Caldwell County falls in their home opener 9-1, but we'll take a break and we'll come back and just kind of do a little wrap and get some thoughts on how the game went as a whole. And you're listening to Tiger Soccer on your hometown radio station, WPKY. The Tiger will be back to wrap things up in just a moment.
At Morgan's Funeral Home, we're family-owned and managed by people who care more about you. During your most difficult hours, you deserve the most understanding and caring service available. That is what you get at Morgan's Funeral Home. That's what separates us from the rest. Morgan's Funeral Home, serving families for over 100 years.
August is already here. Can you believe it? Hi, this is Hannah Havelock at Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique. We want to help save parents some money. We are having a back-to-school sale for the month of August. We are offering 20% off of all wall decor that would be perfect to decorate those dorm rooms. We are offering in our boutique all summer clothes 50% off and new arrivals 10%. Wow, sounds like a great time to come to Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique. They're located at 235 Northville Drive, right next to the bowling alley. We are also your local U-Haul dealer. Come to Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique. Everything a home should be.
At first glance, you may think we are only here to sell and service your vehicle. But did you know that Tri-Shoes Incorporated also wants to buy your vehicle? You heard right. If you're currently trying to sell your vehicle, stop by for a fast and free appraisal. A clean title in hand will have you leaving with a check in just a matter of minutes. Still making payments on your vehicle? That's no problem either. We can guide you in that process also. Contact the salesperson today at 270-365-5522 or stop in Tri-Shoes Incorporated today, 111 Highway 91 North in Princeton.
This is Fred Foltz at the Woodall Agency in Princeton. We have served the small business owners of this area for over 100 years. Do you have trouble understanding liability or workers' comp insurance? Are your insurance premiums spiraling out of control? Whether you're a furniture store on Main Street, a plumber or electrician, or a locally owned bank or car dealer, we have a policy for you. We are the business insurance experts. Give me a call at 365-5541. You'll be glad you did.
Get into shape and feel good at Trilogy Performance Sports in Princeton. Trilogy Performance Sports offers a wide range of classes to help you reach your fitness and well-being goals. Trilogy Performance Sports offers yoga, gymnastics, sports training, team training, cardio kickboxing, and weightlifting. They have family discounts, and your first class is free. Come work out in a family-friendly environment. Trilogy Performance Sports is located directly behind Cash Express in Princeton. Open 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. Be better than you used to be at Trilogy Performance Sports, Princeton. Telephone telephone 270-601-1824.
Yeah,
All right, we are back here at Butler Field, and Di Engelbright and Ryan Frisch. About that.
One of those jokes,
Yeah, Ryan Frisch. And boy, oh boy, I don't know what happened there, but we're going to wrap things up tonight. Ryan's broadcast debut did a fantastic job again. Can't say enough, and so glad you were here to be on our broadcast, and looking forward to having you on more soccer broadcasts. Just as we exit out of here tonight, your thoughts on the game overall?
Like our whole big message the whole time was little victories, and second half they got some of those little victories, that goal. And I mean, kids like Ethan Witherspoon, he got that 1v1 opportunity with the goalkeeper. Sometimes you miss those. Sometimes they don't go your way. Those days that they do go your way, that kid will have a field day. So there's some talent in this Caldwell County roster. You can't just look at the scoreline and be like, well, there goes that. That's over with. Yeah. I mean, those guys have to look at it like that. Caldwell County guys, they've got to just let it roll off, and they got a big game against Murray or Tillman 1 next. So those next 2 games are big games. So
a lot of spunk and a lot of grit, and the Tigers fall here tonight. Their home opener 9-1 to Webster County. Ryan, it's been great to work with you tonight, and look forward to you being on the mic for more Tiger soccer for the remainder of the season. And we want to make sure everybody knows, of course, opening of the football season this Friday, the Jerry Claiborne Bowl, and the Tigers will kick it off at 5:30 from Hopkinsville versus Christian County. And we'll have our Coach Bond's Coaches Show at 4:30, followed by the pregame at 5 and the kickoff at 5:30. Dennis Stevens and Bob Hayes will bring that action to us Friday night. We hope to have you part of our broadcast as well. We'll be live streaming on WPKYonline.com from Christian County as well. So good luck to our Tigers in their opening match. So thank you so much. We certainly appreciate you being here. It's been a pleasure working with you tonight. And that's going to wrap it up for tonight as our Caldwell County Tiger soccer team fall 9-1 to Webster County in the opening night here at Butler Field. We'll see you on Friday night again. Friday night football coming your way, opening up Caldwell County, Christian County from the Jerry Claiborne Bowl in Hopkinsville, the Stadiums of Champions. So tune in for that. For Ryan Frisch, Di Engelbright, have a good evening. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Thank you all.
We'll see you next time.
Your soccer brought to you by Caldwell Medical Center, Farmers Bank and Trust Company, McDonald's, First Southern National Bank, Henry Rowell Rural Electric, Planters Bank, Christ Incorporated, Fredonia Valley Bank, Princeton Electric Plant Ford, the Woodall Agency, La Potosina Mexican Restaurant, Fortner Gas Company, KSB A&W, Morgan's Funeral Home, Jeff Rousseau Attorney at Law, Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, and Trilogy Performance Sports.